Have them ready to go. Just the 7 runners. Ready, rail true, track good, and they're on their journey now, and Ruling Regent was one of the first out. Away quickly Authoritarian down on the inside, and Western Magic is up on the outside of these horses, being followed then by Flinders Street on the rail, then Reaper Barn being followed by, now getting back to second last, Ruling Regent, and Party Prince last of all. So down the back, and here it's Western Magic moving up on the outside to run to the lead over Authoritarian. A length and a half to Flinders Street, third on the inside of Call Me Spike, and 2 Reaper Barn on the inside of Ruling Regent, and 3 lengths to Party Prince last of all. Western Magic in front, heading towards the 1,000 metre mark. A length and a half clear from Authoritarian. Call Me Spike third outside Flinders Street. 1 away to Reaper Barn. A length further back Ruling Regent, and 2 lengths to Party Prince. Preparing to come off the back near the 850. Western Magic a length in front. Running second is Authoritarian. Flinders Street on the rails third, and then Call Me Spike. A length further back is Reaper Barn. Half a length away to Ruling Regent on the outside, and about 2.5 lengths to Party Prince. Nearing the 600 metres, and Western Magic about a half in front of Authoritarian. Flinders Street on the rails, followed by Call Me Spike close enough as they came towards the turn. He eases out 3 wide, and then Reaper Barn, followed by Ruling Regent and Party Prince. Western Magic, the favourite corners, slips 2.5 in front now from Flinders Street inside Authoritarian. Call Me Spike running on well from Reaper Barn over on the inside in an awkward place. Ruling Regent starting its run, Party Prince last, but Western Magic at the 200 has more than 2 lengths on Call Me Spike, Ruling Regent, Authoritarian, and Party Prince warming to the task, but it's Western Magic nicely clear. Party Prince running to second, but Western Magic, the favourite, takes the first. Party Prince second, an improved run. Ruling Regent grabbing third from Call Me Spike. Authoritarian weakened, and at the tail end of the field there were Flinders Street in company with Reaper Barn, who didn't come on. All the way victory for the favourite Western Magic, number 7.
Number 7, Western Magic, 190, 130, 4
A length and a half last of all, Mahatma. Into the straight they race, and Dry and Sober racing away from the rail by a couple of horses led from Showy going to it quickly. Orchestral Bell under the whip is only struggling now, and Skimmer is starting to put in a late finish. Is this going to be her day? Skimmer has raced up on the outside and shot to the front, and golly, she's been a bit frustrating this campaign, but she's certainly put it all together today, Skimmer. And Skimmer with that gear change comes away to win it easily. Skimmer by 3 on the line, second Centauri, third Free Mover, Mahatma, Orchestral Bell, Dry and Sober, and Showy was there on the turn but knocked up to be at the tail. Number 5, Skimmer.
And the 2-year-old's about to jump. Starter has moved around to his platform, and they're all ready for action. Set to run. Light flashing. They seem to stand straight. Line cleared. Gates are back, and Clydeman slow to go, and Hardstyle Laquista flew out of the gates, went straight to the front. Marzone ridden for dear life, rushing up, and Stranger going fast on the outside from King Kiddo fourth. 2 lengths away, Anley, Samythia on the fence, 2 lengths to Noble Al, and Clydeman whipped them in. Coming down the side, Hardstyle Laquista is joined in front at the 800 metres mark by Marzone. Stranger is beautifully positioned on the outside of King Kiddo. 2.5, Samythia starting to improve. They were followed by Anley, Noble Al, and Clydeman whipped them in. Hardstyle Laquista to the inside, and Marzone will turn together. 2 lengths on Stranger. King Kiddo on the fence. 2 lengths Samythia coming to the outside. 3 lengths Noble Al, then Anley, and well back Clydeman. Hardstyle Laquista in front of Marzone at the 350. Stranger 4 out, 3 out. King Kiddo coming with a good run, and Samythia down the outside. It's Hardstyle Laquista booting clear inside the 200 metres mark. He broke well clear. King Kiddo trying hard. Samythia on the outside, putting in the big ones late. Hardstyle Laquista in front of Samythia and King Kiddo, and a good ride. Nikolic saved him for as long as he could, and he races away to win. It's Hardstyle Laquista first. Samythia ran second. Third, King Kiddo from Stranger, Anley, Noble Al. Well back, Marzone, and last of all was Clydeman. Geez, a good rider, that Dan Nikolic. No doubt about that. And he learnt from what happened with him last time on Hardstyle Laquista.
Nearly set. Nakuma took the outside gate, and the all clears there, and they're on their way. Shiosaki Nakuma out well towards the outside. Bewitch and Nanushka down towards the inside. Jump well. Lady Baton drifting back. So is Musical Chimes, and Talaktov settling with about 4 or 5 behind her. As they settle and go to the 1400 metres now, Palmerston misled. Nakuma the outside to second. A length Bewitch with Nanushka getting up on the inside, and Wonder Court Dancer now 5th. Sweet Lady Bird ahead away on the inside. A length and a half. Rich and Playful Talaktov on the fence. Wonder Lady Baton, Shiosaki followed by Corinthian Arch and 2 lengths to Musical Chimes. Palmerston Mist going to the 1,000-metre mark, 3/4 in front. Running second on the outside is Nakuma. Nanushka a half a length away on the inside, and Bewitches fourth. 2 lengths Court Dancer with Rich and Playful around her. Over on the inside, Sweet Lady Bird. 3/4 now Talaktoff away from the fence. 1.5 Lady Baton, followed by Shiosaki, Corinthian Arch and Musical Chimes last of all. 700 metres to go. Palmerston Mist about a neck in front of Nakuma, and Rich and Playful went up before the turn to third. Nanushka back on the inside, followed by Court Dancer, one Bewitch. Then came Talaktoff round the outside of Shiosaki next, and Musical Chimes pulls out wide. Into the straight at the 400 metres, and Palmerston Mist a length and a half. Nakuma given full bore. Then follows on the outside Court Dancer getting into third, followed by Bewitch. Talaktoff is getting to the outside. It's Nakuma going to Palmerston Mist. Court Dancer and Talaktoff are running on from Lady Baton and Sweet Lady Bird. Talaktoff is sweeping on them out wide. Talaktoff has burst away, and the third win at the track coming up for Talaktoff. Talaktoff a soft win on the line. Sweet Lady Bird got up on the inside, might have got second. Give it a Court Dancer perhaps third. Nakuma's with her there in company with Palmerston Mist on the inside. Musical Chimes coming home well from Lady Baton, Corinthian Arch. In behind these to finish was Bewitch, followed by Shiosaki, and then a gap to Rich and Playful, and Nanushka's finished a distant last. She goes well at this course, and isn't Brian Park in wonderful form? Talaktoff has posted her third victory at this course. She's been placed in listed company here. Beat the males at her last start. Now second after a photo goes to 6 Sweet Lady Bird, who's got through on the inside. And it may well be, here's the third number. Court Dancer number 3 has got third. Another placing for the ultra consistent mare. 1, 6 and 3 official. Fourth home in the race went to Palmerston Mist, who led them up, and fifth was Nakuma, who sat second on the pace. She just couldn't.
As to be expected towards the tail. There's a bit of a battle early for the lead, where Bet on Red is prominent with Tornero shading it out wide. Guru Star goes up with those. Gold Digger inside of Silicon, and around them Tordine. They were followed one off by Rasbrighter, who's being strangled back off heels at the moment. I'm Next is down on the inside. Rotellas with those. So was Lead On. Gee, Rasbrighter is fighting the rider, wants to go on with it, and he's having trouble holding her back. Flying Collie inside of Chase and Ace, and between them now Beau Saint back to the tail. Along towards the turn at the 1200 metres they race, and Tornero from Tordine. 1.5 away Guru Star, joined by Bet on Red, and then came Silicon. Rasbrighter 3 wide, Gold Digger the inside. I'm Next is next on the inside of Rotella, and there is another one up there with those. Just pick it up in a moment. Further back behind them Beau Saint, who's racing on the outside, with Chase and Ace out further still, and Flying Collie is last on the inside of that pair. Lead On was the one that was obscured. So they moved down the side of the 800, and Tornero slipped away slightly here. A length and a half Tordine, a similar margin then Guru Star, Bet on Red. Rasbrighter has been 3 deep all the way. Lead On goes up on its outside. Silicon inside of it. Chase and Ace joins in. Then Rotella down on the inside. Gold Digger from I'm Next. Flying Collie's going to be last for home, with Beau Saint the widest runner. Around the home turn, Tornero under pressure now at the 400, joined by Tordine. Rasbrighter, the favourite, moves to third at the expense of Bet on Red and Guru Star. Then came Rotella. Then Silicon. Bet on Red is now under pressure. Further back Gold Digger. Flying Collie trying to get a run between horses, but has held up and had to ease back, and then came Beau Saint and Lead On, but Tordine shot away, and Rasbrighter is struggling. She's pulled pretty hard in the early stages, and Tordine's going to run home and win it easily. Tordine goes on to score by about 3. Rasbrighter didn't want to settle early. Second, the favourite. Third, Beau Saint out wide, Rotella. Then we've got I'm Next in a line with, over on the outside, Flying Collie, who got held up at the top of the straight. Silicon between them. They were followed further back behind those then by Bet on Red, Gold Digger, Guru Star didn't stay, Chase and Ace, Lead On, and Tornero after leading up, easing towards the tail of the field. Well, odds on, look on. You sense there was some bother.
Big line, Mastery and So Precise and Wicked Burrito on the fence away very quickly, and that 3 really vying for the front. Mastery 3 out, has ridden hard at the 1200 metres mark to cross So Precise and Wicked Burrito. Speed is right on, 3 lengths to O'Kenny, 2.5 Mr Bureaucrat on the inside of Slang, and 3 lengths to Baccarat Babe. They left the 1000 metres mark astern, and Mastery had to be used up. He's used a lot of gas in the early stages. He leads by 3/4 on So Precise and Wicked Burrito on the fence. 2 lengths to O'Kenny, 2 lengths to Mr. Bureaucrat on the inside of Sling, and Baccarat Babe whipped them in, coming towards the bend at the 650, and the front runner is doing it well. Mastery led nearly a length on So Precise. He's poised to pounce the favourite. Wicked Burrito on the fence from O'Kenny, Mr. Bureaucrat inside Sling, and Baccarat Babe coming around them 3 wide as they turn into the home stretch, and the front runner is Mastery, just on a length on So Precise, niggled at and about to chase. He's moved up alongside of the leader and now raced to the front. Down the outside, Sling running on from Mr. Bureaucrat, Wicked Burrito and Baccarat Babe. Mastery's got a kick. He again got away from So Precise. Mr. Bureaucrat coming on the scene with a fast run. Mr. Bureaucrat's after Mastery from Wicked Burrito. Mr. Bureaucrat raced to the front and he's going to make amends for his very unlucky run at Warwick Farm. Comes clear and wins just over a length to Mastery. 3 or 4 lengths away to Wicked Burrito, and So Precise didn't go on. Then came Slang, Baccarat Babe, and O'Kenny was last home. Mr. Bureaucrat, terrific run first up at Hawkesbury. Probably should have won at Warwick Farm last start. And the speed...
Pulled his head off, in fact, in the baggett. Probably better suited back to this journey. Litmus back aboard, an attendant in there, and also with Kaylee Moonlight. Streak is down in stall number 2. Etiardi's alongside him in 3. 2100, and now they're on their journey, and Etiardi and Streak both away okay. Ernesto jumped well. Danbois easing back and dropping in behind them today, and going forward now is Berserk looking to the front. Kaylee Moonlight jumped well, is going into second at the post the first time. Etiardi is a handy third. Litmus next outside Ernesto, 1.5 to Streak, and they're followed by True and Easy. Behind them Danbois is third to last, followed by Magwan, and Celtic King is third to last as they swing out of the straight, and True and Easy dropped out to be last of all now. So they head out to the 1600 metres, and Berserk led a length and a half to Kaylee Moonlight, and 2 lengths away Etiardi. 1 Ernesto fourth on the outside, and 1.5 to Streak. Another length and a half to Litmus. On the rails is the mare Danbois, 1.5 to Celtic King, being followed by Magwan and True and Easy by the 1400 metres, and they're almost in single file, and Berserk led by almost a length. Running second is Kaylee Moonlight, a length and a half away Etiardi. 3/4 back the outside then is Ernesto, and 2 lengths to Streak. A length and a half behind him is Litmus, followed by Danbois, 1 to Celtic King and a half to Magwan, with True and Easy last of all. Running down the back now, nearing the 1,000 metre mark, and Berserk leading at a steady tempo only. 3/4 Kaylee Moonlight, 1.5 to Etiardi. On the outside Ernesto, 1 to Streak, 3/4 to Litmus, about a length away Danbois, 1.5 to Celtic King and Magwan, and True and Easy is last of all. About to come off the back at the 800 now, and Berserk by 1 length to Kaylee Moonlight, 1 to Etiardi, third on the inside of Ernesto. A length and a half then to Streak, who's on the inside of Litmus. Celtic King is starting its run, and they're followed then by Magwan. Danbois is second to last, and True and Easy. It's Kaylee Moonlight taking Berserk before the turn. Ernesto moves up on the outside of the pair of them. Then Etiardi about to get into the clear, easing off their heels. Streak has got up behind them on the inside, and Danbois following it through on the rail, and Litmus is out deeper. Kaylee Moonlight at the 300, the leader from Ernesto. Etiardi is called on for the run. Streak is trying to get into the clear, and Litmus the outside. 100 out. Kaylee Moonlight in front. Ernesto's coming at it. Kaylee Moonlight and Ernesto from Litmus lifting the last bit. Ernesto has hit the front. Litmus comes at it. Ernesto wanted a nose to Litmus, I reckon. And third placing either Etiardi or Streak from Kaylee Moonlight on the fence. Then True and Easy, Danbois, Celtic King, Berserk and Magwan.
Fat Choy got back with Chris Omalusa, then Eastingly followed by Baccarat.
Those releases 3 deep. 2 lengths Aquaton and Andra both keeping in touch, and then 2.5 away behind those then Trade, and on its inside ahead back the rail was Classic Dream. This is the order with release easing back off the front pair now at the 600 coming around the turn. We're on the outside. It's Tight Squeeze. Camargue the inside by 1.5 release. A length away then Aquaton. On its outside going past it at that point was Andra to fourth and looks to be travelling well. Aquaton back to third last. On its outside was Trade, and last of all Classic Dream. Camargue got to the front in the straight. Releases after it down the outside. They were followed by Andra, who switched back to the rail. The whips are produced at the 200 metre mark, where Camargue is the leader by a length and a half and getting clear of Release and Andra, and further back behind those Tight Squeeze. But Camargue is very smart on debut, and Camargue will win the Balcrest. Ridden to the line, scores by 2.5. Second Andra, third Release. Fourth in on the outside of those was Aquaton, who got a fair way back. Then came Tight Squeeze, followed by Classic Dream, and last in was Trade. Number 4, Camargue. Simon Price. For Peter Hayes is a 2-year-old a Bay filly by Air de France from Lady Special and bred by O'Gara Contractors, raced by Brian Martin of Sport 927 and MJ Bolton's No Big Deal Syndicate. And congratulations to them. What a great thrill to win the a listed race, the Balcrest Stakes on debut. And the filly
is stressed state after the previous race and will go for a spell. They're all in the gate. Keenly contested betting affair, this one. The gates are back and Pearl near the inside away quickly. Making Fay and Bellaguardia drop back after the start. And remember, Jones going up to test the leader, Pearl. Sporting Colours settles down third from Blue Tess and Contentious fifth offence. 2 lengths to Sengigi beats Bellaguardia and last of all is Making Fay. They hit the first bend. Remember, Jane on the outside of Pearl. The leaders start to steady up a bit. 2 lengths away, Sporting Colours reefing for more rain. Contentious the box seat. A length to Blue Tess on the fence, Making Fay third last from Sengigi Beach. And at the tail of the field as they come to the bend, Bellaguardia 600 out. Pearl just in front, moving up again to attack on the outside is Remember Joan. Here comes moving around them quickly. Die on Sengigi Beach, 4 wide, 3 out on the track. Then as they turn the bend, Sporting Colours, Contentious the rail. Blue Test to the outside from Making Fay and Bellaguardia well in the straight. And on the outside, Remember Jones after Pearl. A length away, Sporting Colours, Sengigi Beach under pressure. And Contentious about to bullock out and Making Fay making ground. Pearl kicked to the 150. Pearl over a length in front. Contentious trying to gun her down, but Pearl's going strongly. Contentious can't pick her up. Pearl in front. Contentious lunging late, but it's too late. Pearl in front and Pearl wins from Contentious. Very tight third. Making Fay or Sporting Colours. Sengigi Beach, Bellaguardia next from Remember Joan, and last of all was Blue Tess. Gee, she's racing in great form, Pearl. Taken to the front. She was tested in the early stages by Remember Jane, but she's been too good. Had a mid-race breather, I should say. Oh, Contentious, I think she's just added to a record of minor placings. 30 starts, 2 wins, and she has 11 minor placings. She just seems to find 1 or 2, always a little bit better on the day. She was rapidly overhauling Pearl the last of
Brisbane for the Winter Carnival, so he's got a lot of racing to come. Yeah, this is coming in. Shadow Emotion and Dancino both began okay, showing some pace too. Centerville with all his usual dashes crossing the field. King Carl was away well, and also Katana's booting up near the inside, but Centerville crossed them and led inside the 800. Centerville setting up fast. Fractions early leads by 2 lengths. Katana. Shadow Emotion up third outside Dancino and King Carl wider out. Then Miss Dugar and Rye Hero towards the end as Bomber Bill, and last as Vibrant Black. It's Centerville with a 3.5 length lead over Katana around the home turn. Dancino third the inside, and then Shano Emotion 2 lengths behind them. King Carl, Miss Dugar, Rye Hero, Bomber Bill a long way back second last, and Vibrant Black. But Centerville at the 250 metres, 2.5 in front of Katana and Dancino the inside. Then Shano Emotion a length and a half away. Dancino, the big filly, swept up and grabbed the lead. Dancino draws away from Katana and Shano Emotion, and Dancino brilliant first up. Dancino first, photo the minors, and we've got Katana, Shano Emotion and Centerville. Nothing between them with Miss Dugar running on well. Bomber Bill picked up a few. In behind those to finish, Rye Hero, Vibrant Black and King Cow dropped out to finish last.
Great win to Dancino. Damien Oliver, 982.90. Photo for the minors after the 4th at Sandown. They've held for us there at the Gold Coast. Only one to move in. Once again.
The gate opened on Supercut, I think it was, but they've closed it. Now the light's on and they've jumped this time. Bonza Blue red when the gates opened and left the rider behind. Now Bonza Blue is chasing the field minus Reagan Rayner. I think she's okay. Yes, she's still up in the stalls and just wondering what might have been. Well, they go towards the first turn and the leader out wider on the track now. Coming across them is Bridge Power Plan, and Power Plan draws about a length in front. Now, as they start to sort themselves out, we've got Brotherly Love prominent with Mozart Smith, and there's one moving up to be second, Empire Day. Now, David's Choice has got a nice run up on the rail from Monongahela Steel Sober Comet. Shattered Circle settles just slightly worse than midfield. Then Supercut on the outside of Prince Phoenix, and 2.5 lengths further back then is Northern Ochre on the inside of the top weight Spirit of Hope, and 2 lengths away last of all as they start to sort themselves out, Brookside Lady, and just ambling along behind them going to the 1200 metre turn is Bonza Blue minus the rider. So they move down the side of the course now, and here the leader still bowling along comfortably, Power Plan, by 3 lengths to in second placing Empire Day, with Mozart Smith attending it on the outside. 1.5 to Monongila still. In the centre, Brotherly Love, David's Choice pocketed the rail. 1 length further back, Shattered Circle travels up, and Prince Phoenix has got him in his sights and tracks up with it. Gets up on the inside of it, and between Sober Comet the rail now as I speak. Further back in the field behind those then came around them Spirit of Hope. Up there in the middle was Super Cut on the inside, Sober Comet easing back, followed by Northern Ochre, and 1.5 lengths to Brookside Lady, and the riderless horses given ground. Around the turn, and Power Plan's giving them something to chase here. Will turn for home about 3 or 4 in front of Mozart Smith's niggled at. So is Empire Day. To the outside, Monongila still's running a bit of a race. They were followed further out by Brotherly Love, then Shattered Circle. Spirit of Hope is coming to the extreme outside, but it's still Power Plan well clear at the 200 from Brotherly Love. Now Prince Phoenix out of the mire is starting to run on, but it's Power Plan, Brotherly Love and Prince Phoenix. Brotherly Love's wearing down Power Plan. Running on late behind them, Northern Ochre, as he always does, but it's going to be Brotherly Love from Power Plan. Third, Northern Ochre. Fourth, Prince Phoenix. Then Spirit of Hope, Shattered Circle and Monongila still in a line of 3. Sober Comet, Empire Day, David's Choice together. Wider out on the track behind those then, Brookside Lady, Supercut was well back, and they were followed further back behind those then at the tail of the field by Mozart Smith, bar the riderless horse Bonza Blue, which has galloped around behind them. And we assume that Reagan Rayner is okay. Yes, she is. She's standing over there by the service vehicles, and wouldn't be very happy with the situation, I guess. The horse did look to have a chance in the race, but it wasn't to be. It left her behind when it reared up high in the stalls. Brotherly Love has picked up an overdue win here today, just as Skimmer did in the first. Number 3, Chad Lever for Gary Kennewell. Chad also was the man who turned Skimmer around in the first, so he's got a double. And Brotherly Love, raced by Colin Wilson, Williams, Gord and J and M. Ryan, is a 6-year-old bay gelding by Zandasta from Love of Money. Number 12 will be second, Power Plan, held on pretty well. Wayne Kerford for Jenny White by Power Symbol, Flighty Miss. At number 11, Northern Ochre again ran on, but we're getting used to that, by Almurda Jazz White Cloud, Joe Bowditch for Russell Cameron. As we stand by for full details, 3:12:11 after the first event. I'd suggest you hold all tickets. Stewards may wish to view the film of the start. We'll keep you posted in regard to that.
All right, hold all tickets there, apparently. There's the start. We're going to have a look at the start again. Okay, Brotherly Love, Power Plan and Northern Ochre. Yeah, wow.
Goodwood now, Bombardment's moved in. Moved up to beat Ears Ronnie last start. Goodwood at Randwick over 2,400 metres. Looks certain to win, but he just failed to stay a solid 2,400 metres, but he's been well backed on track. And there's been further money for Sound, so you're doing well on the tote at 750. Temulak and Danyon have been well tried, although Danyon has just eased slightly in betting. Now here comes Danyon up to the gate. He's a well-related horse. Third dam is Summer Queen, the mother of Menuetto. She was a very good galloper, trained by the Hay stable, as was Haymaker, her half-brother, winning a Victoria and also Australian Derby in Perth. Now here comes Ballyninsky. And once Ballyninsky moves forward, they will be all set. So there's been good money, Sound, in 2 points late, and 7.20 the tote is good overs. Starter is at his platform, and they're all set. Fourth of the day from Rosehill Gardens. They're off, and Fireball tended to get his head up in the air at the start, and going out quickly was Temulak. Lord Vader jumped well and out wide going up. Shubanak hunting for the early lead, and he'll run to the front from Ballyninsky. Temulak on the fence third. Lord Vader reefing for rain, and Inuit with a gold cap is whizzing around them. Fireball sixth on the inside, and then came Critical Point. Getting back in the field is Bombardment. Danyon's well back. Sound in front of it and had to be checked, and 2 lengths to Goodwood, given time by Scorse to find his feet and balances up at the tail of the field. Down the back, 1,400 metres out, and Temulak with his postage stamp weight led the way. He's a length and a half in front of Inuit, a length and a half to Shubanak, then Ballyninsky. Going around them, Sound. He was pulling Morris out of the saddle, so he's allowed him to stride. Critical Point just behind him. Fireball centre field the fence. They were followed by Danyon, Lord Vader, then Bombardment, and 2 lengths to Goodwood last of all. 7 or 8 lengths away from the leader, Temulak at the 1,000. He's in front. Sound is a neck away. 2.5 half further back in the field, Shubenak. Inuit the outside, 2 lengths to Critical Point. He's moving up around Ballyninsky, but 3 wide. Fireball the fence. A length away, Danyon in the black colours. They were followed by Lord Vader, Bombardment and Goodwoods at the tail of the field. At the 650, Temulac just in front of Sound, and they've got away. They led by 3 lengths on Under Pressure, Shubenak. Then came Inuit, Critical Point, 3 wide. Fireball the fence, Ballyninsky the centre. Coming wide, Danyon, Goodwood hooked to the outside. Well back, Bombardment and Lord Vader on the bend. The front runners are nicely clear. It's Sound on the outside of Temulac, 400 to run. 2 lengths away, Shubenak running home fairly from Fireball, and Goodwood starting to arch the neck and extend. At the 300 metres mark, Temulac in front of Sound. Here's Goodwood on the outside, Fireball, and Bombardment's bursting through. Goodwood and Bombardment claim the front at the 100. It's Bombardment the inside, Goodwood with the pull and the weights. Bombardment in front, Goodwood's runs ended, and Bombardment careering away and will win. Bombardment just over a length to Goodwood. Photo third, Fireball or Danyon out wide from Sound and Ballyninsky. They were followed by Temulac. Further back was Critical Point, Inuit, Shubenak and Lord Vader. He was last home.
In her place, and they're set for the Barton. Ready. 1400, good field. Off they go. Not a bad start either, and Storm Rebel in the middle of the line. Classic Day, Zuccarino first to bounce out. Prime Address and Bonotto ridden for pace on the inside, with Sir Swayze pushing up. Mr. Obliging settling about 6th or so, and Make a Scene back towards the end, but Storm Rebel the leader as they settle down. About 3/4 Bonotto, and Zuccarino the outside as third. Prime Address a handy fourth. Then Sir Swayze fifth on the inside, followed by Casino Heights, Mr. Obliging. One away to Sandridge Bay, Abolition, Royal Blue, Classic Day over on the outside. One further back is another Neptune from Make a Scene and Drink Card Princess. Off the back now, there's 800 metres to go. Storm Rebel by 1 length, Zuccarino. 1 length, Bonotto. A half length, Prime Address the outside, and then Sir Swayze over on the inside of Mr. Obliging. Casino Heights is out 3 wide, followed then by Abolition. Over on the inside, Sandridge Bay from Royal Blue. 1 to Classic Day when they came to the turn. Make a Scene a long way back, followed by another Neptune and Drink Card Princess. Storm Rebel field comes around the home turn in front from Zuccarino when they flatten for the run in. Prime Address called on for the run. Bonotto just behind them trying to get into the clear. Has to ease off heels. Sandridge Bay goes up on the inside. Then Mr. Obliging and Sir Swayze Make a Scene a good way back. Zuccarino hits the front. Bonotto now coming after it from Prime Address. It's Zuccarino in front of Bonotto, Prime Address and Make a Scene. It's Bonotto grabbing the lead. They hit it. Bonotto in the middle has got up to win from either Zuccarino or Prime Address, and Make a Scene making late ground on the outside. Then Sandridge Bay, Storm Rebel, Abolition, followed by another Neptune, Mr. Obliging. Back behind them, Casino Heights, Royal Blue, followed further back by Sir Swayze, Classic Day and Drink Card Princess. Judges call for a photo. Bonotto's grabbed them on the post.
520 and 3 Prime Address 660. Quinella paid 68.40, and the trifecta of 14.23, $2,471. Race 5, Sandown. Now the Gold Coast, number 7 Casual Way, 285 140, 2 Hatari 140, 8 Thelma May 425, Quinella 450, and the trifecta 7 to 8, $120.90 on the 4th of the Gold Coast. So they're moving in pretty well there at Morfettville. Newcastle Divs, 3 Oakfield Lass 590, 150, 5 Magic Show 280, 4 Babbles 160, Quinella 48.40, and the trifecta of 354, $422 in the 4th at Newcastle. Okay, not too many more to move in there at Morfettville. And in an interesting affair, Aquazar's into 11s now. The favourite still She's Discreet 310, Social Scene 440. As they're almost set, once again, here's Ron.
Clare racing tomorrow, a 7-event card, and of course the Abcos yearling sales are creeping up. Thursday the 28th of this month, the first session, Friday the 29th, and Sunday the summer sale on the 31st. There's a bit of movement in these stalls, 1 or 2 of them tossing about a little. Restless. The light hasn't come on. It does now. And they've jumped at the first opportunity. And one of the best away out wide was Kayak at 2 with My Millennium. She's Discreet has begun positively and works up to be third, improving on the inside Social Scene. Back behind them, Bridge Fiasco and Chamois working into the race from Arakazar. Brave Deed is a little deep. Mathega further back, followed by Miss Maluka. And last of all is Purring, who's about 7 or 8 lengths off the leader, My Millennium, as they go by the 800. A length in front of She's Discreet, who's pulled away up second. She's really travelling. Chamois is going to track up behind her. Over on the outside, Social Scene, and on the inside, making the complete trio there was Bridge Fiasco. 2 lengths further back behind them, Mathega. Then came over on the outside, Kayak at 2. Further back 3 away came Arakazar on the inside of Brave Deed. Purring and Miss Maluka last for home. My Millennium is the leader as they straighten. By 2.5, She's Discreet now given her head. Further back behind them, Social Scene. Chamois is struggling now. So is Bridge Fiasco. Mathega runs on and out wider on the track. Kayak at 2 and Purring, but She's Discreet can't get to My Millennium. My Millennium has run it ragged, and My Millennium is going to win this and win it comfortably. 3 lengths or more on the line to She's Discreet. About a similar margin, Purring from the rear third. Brave Deed, Social Scene, Mathega. Then Arakazar, followed by Kayak at 2. They were followed then by Chamois, who only beat 2 in, and has really run below expectations. Miss Maluka and Bridge Fiasco knocked up to be at the tail.
Prince has moved up on the outside of Grand Centro to get a neck in front. Dropping in behind them, Baycan Empire. 3 lengths Moretti and 2.5 to the grey. Zeus's Millions whipping them in, and he'll be well suited by this fast clip. Grand Centro on the inside, 750 out, a neck in front of Space Prince. Baycan Empire 2 lengths away, third, getting a great run. They were followed by Moretti and Zeus's Millions starting to close up on the outside, 5 away from the leader. That's Grand Centro on the bend, 450 out. He'll turn a half on Space Prince. Coming out deep again, Baycan Empire. Moretti between runners, and further back Zeus's Millions. Grand Centro grabbed by Space Prince, in turn grabbed by Baycan Empire. On the outside, Moretti and Zeus's Millions taking a while to hit top gear. It's Baycan Empire on the outside hitting the lead. Grand Centro is kicking again from Space Prince, and Moretti starting to arch the neck and stretch. It's Baycan Empire in front of Grand Centro. Moretti on the outside coming hard now. Moretti after Baycan Empire, and Grand Centro in front is Baycan Empire. He's fallen into win from Grand Centro and Moretti. They were followed by Space Prince, and Zeus's Millions, a disappointing run. He was last of the 5. Judge calls for the photo after the running of the 5th
1,200 metres. Off. That's a perfect start. Prince Lear first to show out from that line. Great display, and Al Harik away very fast from Harabella. Atomic Man. Mr. Bow going forward, and Danajiva settling just off the speed. Delirious has got back to third last by the 1,000 metres, and it's Mr. Bow and Atomic Man both moving up on the outside of Prince Lear. The pace is right on. 2 lengths to Al Harik. Great display. Then Danajiva tighten a little for room as they go to that bottom turn. Around the outside is New Trader improving his position quickly, and then All a Blur from Harabella. Delirious over on the inside of Rolling Dice when they neared the turn. He's back to third last, followed by Below Signor, and Clear Light has ridden along and last. Mr. Bow had crossed the field down to the rail and led Atomic Man. New Traders come at them on the outside when they corner clear of Prince Lear. Then came Al Harik. Delirious seemed to lose a little bit of ground coming around the turn, lost his balance a bit in the straight. Mr. Bow, the leader at the 250 from Atomic Man. All a Blur on the outside, and Al Harik are coming home fairly well, and then Delirious. Mr. Bow in front, 100 out. All a Blur and Al Harik are coming at him, and now Delirious hitting top gear. Mr. Bow, All a Blur and Delirious. Delirious mowing them down on the outside and won. Delirious did a lot wrong, but still beat All a Blur and Mr. Bow. Bellow Signor flashing home, and it was all over from Danajiva. Al Harik. Clear Light also made ground from Rolling Dice, Prince Lear. In behind those horses was Danajiva, New Trader, Harabella, Great Display, and Atomic Man, after showing pace, dropped out to finish at the rear. This has been a good win.
Peter Hayes at Lindsay Park at Angaston is about to go up. The time-honoured R.N. Irwin Stakes. As Wait for Age races go in South Australia, I can't remember a field as strong as this. There may have been quite some years ago, but this is a beauty. Classy Babe and Amber Gaze are the 2 outsiders. She wouldn't get a shock if any of the others won. Millward, the rider, is now dismounted. So we've got 2 riderless ones over there. 3, Classy Babe, Amber Gaze and Millward. Now there's a message coming through. Broadcast. Oh, right. Okay, then. Win Stakes, Group 3. Waiting on the light. Jockeys back aboard. Been a lovely breezy day up here. Low 30s. We're about to see some Wait for Age at its best. Waiting for the light. There it is. And there they go. Away in the Irwin and Classy Babe was slowest into stride. Gold Guru, as expected, has drifted back, beaten for early speed. Lazing About came out running. Amber Gaze is going to go through on the inside and make them work. Sports is going to be caught 3 deep as they settle. 2.5 off Millward from Will Fly close heady, or rather St Clemens Bell with a gold cap. 2.5 to Will Fly, about 4 to Gold Guru, and 3 or 4 away Classy Babe, niggled out already. Amber Gaze a narrow leader from Sports and Lazing About as they negotiate the turn at the 600. They're 4 to Millward from St Clemens Bell, and further back on the inside Will Fly, and breaking the field behind those Gold Gurus 8 away, and another 6 or 7 then to Classy Babe. Amber Gaze rolled up on the home turn and led by a half 3/4. Sports is having a crack at her now and goes to the front from Lazing About. The others are a fair way off them. I don't reckon they've got the ground to pick them up. St Clemens Bell might be an exception. It's making a bit of headway now, but Sports has got a nice break. It's Sports the leader by a length and a half. Lazing About. St Clemens Bell is coming late. Sports has got a handsome break though, and Sports is going to be too good. Takes the Group 3 Irwin from St Clemens Bell. Amber Gaze may have held on for third. Will Fly flew fourth, I think. Lazing About is probably fifth, but there's not much between those three. Millward was right on their hammer and tack. About 10 lengths to Gold Guru and 3 away last.
Jazak 3 out going up and Touros 4 wide. Lahar behind those is Stony Bay eases. Ripper not too far away, and Banner Headlines found himself out 4 deep, and York will either have to ease or go forward. A length away to Emery, about 3 lengths getting back in the field. Pyjamas, and at the tail is Racing Rider. On the first bend in the former Inzetta, Jazak went to the front and strode away. Led by 2.5 to Dance Till Dawn, a length and a half to Toro, and Stony Bay fourth the fence. Banner Headline still wide, moving up to be fifth. Further back is Ripper from Lahar and then Emery. 3 lengths away is Pyjamas and 2 lengths to Racing Rider. A good clip down the back. And the front runner is Jazak for Glenn Boss at the 1200 with Dance Till Dawn moving up to his flanks on the outside. They're 3 lengths to Toro and Stony Bay on the fence. Banner Headline 1 away from the rail in the clear. 2 lengths to Ripper, 2 lengths Lahar outside of Emery, 3 lengths away Pyjamas and 3 lengths to Racing Rider. A good dozen lengths first to last in the Parramatta Cup at the 900 metres mark, and Jazak made play. The break is 1 length on Dance Till Dawn, 3 lengths to Toro. He'll have the task of taking the back markers up to the 2 tearaways. Stony Bay is on the inside, under pressure. Banner Headline being called for. They were followed by Emery, Ripper, 2 lengths Lahar losing ground, 2 lengths Pyjamas and Racing Rider at the tail of the field. Jazak in charge on the bend. At the 500 metres mark, led a half on Dance Till Dawn. Toro peels 3 wide and comes with his run. Stony Bay the fence. Banner Headline out deep, and Ripper the widest runner from Emery and Lahar. Further back is Pyjamas to the extreme outside. At the 350, Jazak still in front of Dance Till Dawn. Toro's a length away the outside. Emery back to the fence going for a run. He could be the danger. And further back to Banner Headline. Jazak foot off the challengers. Emery's about to burst through, and on the outside Toro from Pyjamas, but Jazak, Glenn Boss set him clear at the 50. He's over a length in front of Emery and Toro, Stony Bay and then Pyjamas, but a great return to the winners list for Jazak. He's won from either Stony Bay, Toro, Emery and out wide Pyjamas. They were followed by Dance Till Dawn. Further back Racing Rider, Banner Headline gone at the 600. Then came near the tail Lahar, and last of all was Ripper. Former New Zealand galloper who had a lot of ability.
Stalls, Amalfi Drive not standing up correctly. Better line now. Off they go, and Amalfi Drive one of the first out. Fayrouz flew the gates with Gladden, priority paid. Morris said it was away quickly with No Comparison, Firelake and Tamag. Fayrouz goes to the lead here from priority paid. Tamag booting through between them. Then Amalfi Drive settling down fourth on the inside on the gold cap, followed by Morissette, Gladden out wider. No Comparison between horses, 1.5 to Firelake and Miss McCartney on the inside, 1 to Belbon Conviviality. Famous Folly a good way back. Tinicador outside it from Accolades and Betty Chateau. Off the back now, and Tamag went clear more than 2 lengths in front of Gladden, going to second around priority paid. 2 lengths Fayrouz fourth outside Amalfi Drive, a length and a half No Comparison ahead. Morris at the inside. Then 2 lengths further back as Firelake should be suited by the pace they've put on. Miss McCartney, Tinicador next from Belbon, and they're followed by Famous Folly, Conviviality, Accolades and Betty Chateau last cornering. Inside the 4 now, and it's Tamag asked to go, leading by inside. 2 lengths to Gladden under the whip, and Priority Paid behind the leader, needing to get out. Pharaoh's running on fairly from Amalfi Drive, looked to be held up a little there. Morissette is coming on. Fire Lake and Miss McCartney are coming with Belbon. Pharaoh's hit the front. Morissette coming at it. On the outside, Belbon and Miss McCartney. Belbon and Miss McCartney hit the lead together. Miss McCartney and Belbon. Miss McCartney from Belbon, and Pharaoh's third. Then Amalfi Drive, who had no luck getting through the pack from Morissette. Famous Folly. Gladden, no comparison. Followed further back in the field by Priority Paid, Betty Chateau, Tinnicadua, Fire Lake, Accolades. Towards the end, Tamarga, after showing pace to lead them around the turn, and Conviviality was last of all. Number 14, Miss McCartney, ridden by Kieran McAvoy, has taken the race out, posting her second win in 5 starts at the track. Second to number 7.
The racing seen very quickly for the John Hawke stable. The former Western Australian-based rider and then a stint in Queensland. Now they're all in. Second leg of the double, last of the 4-triller. There they go. And looked to be a pretty tidy dispatch. Modern King getting back in the field early. Willie Waters forward, so is Old Toybury, and up there with them Beau Ven. Close handy Nassie Doll. They were followed by Pro Now. Beige Hunt getting around her. Lindbergh the centre. Amarina is wide as they work along the far side, and a length away to Modern King. And there'd be 6 lengths first to last as they come towards the 1250, about to make the turn, where the leader Beau Ven a half in front. Second over on the outside is Amarina, going up to be forward. In third position came Willie Watt, checking back off them. They were followed back in behind those then by Toybury the inside from Nassie Doll. Further back in the field to Beige Hunk, and then came Pro Now, and they were followed by Lindbergh, and 2 away last of all to Modern King. Down the side they race, and the leader is now Beau Ven by about a length and a quarter Amarina. Third placing Willie Watt on the outside, Toybury the inside with him. 2 lengths to Beige Hunk and Nassie Doll out wider, Pro Now the rail, and 1.5 Lindbergh and a half the inside last of all is Modern King. Around the home turn, under 600 a run, and the leader still is Beau Ven from Amarina. Over on the outside of those, Willie Waters putting in a claim, and they were followed by Toybury and Nassie Doll working into it. Then Beige Hunt but niggled at, followed further back behind them, wider out by Lindbergh. Pro Now goes up on the rail, further out behind the Modern King. Beau Ven still the leader at the 200, a length and a half in front. Willie Waters flat strap after him, further back to Lindbergh running on, but Beau Ven's going all right. He's coming away, in fact. Willie Watts had his chance, and Beau Ven's going to be too good. Double for the Jolly Stable. Beau Ven wins by 2.5 Willie Watt. Third's nearly a dead heat, Toybury or Lindbergh. Amarina between them. Further back behind those, Nassie Doll, Pro Now, Modern King, and Beige Hunk not racing well was a long last. 3, 7 and pretty tight for third. Number 3.
Foreman, they're about to jump. 1,500 metres. Line cleared. Freeport heavily back favourite. They balance up well, and the gates are back, and they've jumped in a good line, although Superior Red went back shortly after the start, and Fighting Prince won the kick. Well Loved on the rail away very quickly. Showing plenty of speed is Smart Attack, and also up there Reputed Groom. Gallant Lad was caught wide, and he's rushing around the outside from going up very quickly but deep. Bintang Utara, then Freeport centre field. On his outside, starting to make ground, our Red Boy. Then came back on the inside, Larico from Lightyear. Well back, Sandpiper Lane, 2 lengths away near the tail as they settle fully as Superior Hand, and a length away to French Legend. 950 out, and the leader is Fighting Prince. Well Loved on the fence, a neck away, moving up 3 wide. Gallant Lad, going forward, Bintang Utara. Back on the inside then would have been Reputed Groom. Freeport awkwardly positioned. He's on the inside of Smart Wave, and moving around them is Sandpiper Lane. A length further back in the field is our Red Boy from Larico. Lightyear 2 lengths away as they come to the bend from Superior Red, and at the tail of the field is French Legend. On the bend, Well Loved and Fighting Prince turn together. Bintang Utara 3 out. Back on the fence looking for a run, Reputed Groom from Gallant Lad. Sandpiper Lane to the outside. No run for Freeport, and Lightyear starting to make ground between runners. Fighting Prince headed off by Bintang Utara on the outside. Getting a gap, Reputed Groom in the centre, and Freeport's about to get out, and here he comes, Freeport. He's bursting through with Lightyear on the inside and flying Larico. Freeport hit the lead. Larico's coming after him. Freeport in front, drew clear and won the race. Freeport's won from either Bintang Utara, who might have got second in front of Larico, Gallant Lad and Lightyear. They were followed making ground by Superior Hand. Further back in the field, a Fighting Prince, Smart Attack, Sandpiper Lane. Well back in the field was our Red Boy in company with French Legend and Well Loved. Freeport number 5 getting a dream split at about the 250 metres mark and bursting onto the scene quickly. Has come home to score $2.30 and $1.40. Very tight second. This one on the outside, Bintang Utara, might have even got second. I think it has. And Larico in third position. Bintang Utara, who drifted out noticeably in the straight, $3 the place. And Larico, who chimed in quickly, number 10, was showing $6.80. Although we stand by for the numbers to be made official. And here we go now. They're coming up. It's 5 the winner, and that is Freeport. 6 has got second, Bintang Utara. And number 10, Larico, finishing in third position. He was beaten for speed, Freeport, about centre field on the fence, and you could tell coming to the bend Cassidy was going to be in dire straits finding a run, but they really fanned at the 300 metres mark, and there was a big gap for Freeport to come through. He picked up the bit and he charged through the gap very quickly and has raced away to win easily. 2.30 and 1.40. Second to number 6, Bintang Utara. Second run in New South Wales. In fact, second run in Australia. Very good run. Had he not run off the track, he finishes very close up at $6, $3 in fact for the place. Jason Lee.
So the favourite gets home, and Bintang Utara, the one to watch out of the race, Larico to run third, 5, 6, 10. Now Toowoomba, they're almost set. Elwick, they're about to move in, and there's the market there. Okay, all set at Toowoomba as we say good afternoon to Pat O'Shea.
Being set to go. Thank you, Graham. Good afternoon all. We're almost set for the opening event, right on start time. The lights on, set, ready and racing. Pretty good start too, getting away well near the inside was Manson early on, but Myandetta from out wide showing good speeds, trying to head them all off. Thunder Bumpers going around the outside. Myandetta reaches the rail first from Thunder Bumpers second. In third spot, Manson. About 3 parts of a length away, fourth on the outside, doing time. A length away, Old Man Rivers out 3 wide. 2 lengths to Kulu on the inside, and a length to Platform. The favourites back last of all at the 600. Myandetta makes play in front, going to the 500. 1 length to Thunder Bumper the outside. 3 parts to Manson, third the rail. A half a length fourth was Old Man River, about to come 3 wide. A length and a half away to Platform, now pulled out, given a crack with the whips, got a bit of work to do. Doing time dropped out, and Kulu's last. Myandetta heads for home at the 300 and booted. Nolan got it to go 2 in front of Thunder Bumper, who's trying hard. Then a gap to Old Man River, and Platform is winding up. Myandetta at the 100's a length and a quarter in front. Thunder Bumper can't reach it. Platform's trying, but Myandetta holds him at the 100. Myandetta in front, and he's going to get the money. Myandetta's won it. Tight for the miners, either Platform or Thunder Bumper. Then came Doing Time, a gap to Old Man River. Well back in the field then. Next to last to pull up was Manson, and the last one to get home was Kulu.
Myandetta to pay $4.25, $1.80. It looks like 3 Thunder Bumper for second, $3.15, and 2 Platform. Third, no third div for race 1 at Toowoomba. Elwick, they're moving in. We've got some late mail at Doomben in the next. Race 7, number 3, Blazing Steel. And Jim Byrne is the rider. And Blazing Steel is showing at 9:30. Juggler, 360. This is the big one, the Burnborough. 4.25 Chief De Beers. Blazing Steel, 9:30. Jean's Interest, 15. Waterford Road, 28. Harvey Ladder, 22. And Sahara Z, 57. The North at 18. Forgotten Hero, 14. Back in the Saddle at 52. 87 Regal Rebel. 38 Laboo Lady. Dual Scope at 95. Roulette is at 805. Divas Gold, 18. And 32 Brooklet Boy. So in the big one at Doomben, that is the market there. Elwick, there's still 4 or 5 horses to move in there for this 8th event. We've got following Doomben, we've got Ascot race 3. And we can have a quick look at the market there. We've got Padnor at $2.80, Humar at $4, and Linstead Lad at $3.60. Fimo at $14, Derby the Dasher $5.50, and Doctor's Orders $16. So Padnor is the favourite there. That's the tips from Darren, 1, 3 and 2. All right, they're almost set now for the 8th at Elwick, and once again, here's Milton Pettit.
Devon Departure to come up into 14, but Pennsylvania getting very, very edgy. Devon Departure moves in. Now they're set. Flashing lights on. Ready. Racing. Away to a good even break too. Brandoff over near the inside, first out from within the realm, who's hunted up to take up the running. Arabella Chateau on the outside of it wants to be one of the leaders, and Swan Reach from the extreme outside going down the straight is one off the rails and running third. Over on the inside is Brandoff, on the outside Ben Nevis and then Happy Osha. Nino D'Orsi was followed by Devon Blend, then Firing Line at the head of the others. Oh So Better, Royal Remington as well back on the outside of Sid Chrome. Further back still came Devon Departure, Pennsylvania second last. Dawn of Moxie is the tail ender. Making their way over towards the 1400. Arabella Chateau in front by just over the length. In second place is Within the Realm. Arabella Chateau running third. A half length back. Fourth on the rails is Swan Reach, being followed a length away to Brandoff, and then came Arabella Happy Osha. Next one on the outside of the field going up quickly is Devon Blend, Nino D'Orsi, the outside of it. Market Rate was trailing that bunch. A couple of lengths further back, Firing Line, Devon Departure. Then another couple of lengths away, Sid Chrome on the inside of Royal Remington. Another 2 lengths away, back near the tail of the field is Dawn of Moxie. Oh So Better is second last, and last of all is Pennsylvania. Down the back of the course, they race to the under 800. Arabella Chateau was in front, a half length to Within the Realm. A length and a half away, running third now, Swan Reach moving up on the inside of Ben Nevis. They were followed by Devon Blend around the outside of Happy Osha. Nino D'Orsi deep on the track is passed by Firing Line, then Market Rate shaken up. A couple of lengths further back is Brandoff, Devon Departure on the outside of it. It's being followed by Royal Remington, then came Sid Chrome, Dawn of Moxie, Oh So Better, and Pennsylvania still has the whole field in front of it. Homeward bound, 300 metres left to go. Within the Realm is the leader. Swan Reach comes off the fence now to throw out the challenge on the outside. They're well clear of the others, headed by Firing Line, then Market Rate and Devon Blend. Down to the past the 200 they go. Over on the rails Within the Realm, Swan Reach has got its head in front. They were followed by Firing Line and Devon Departure coming fast. Swan Reach moves to the outside, but it's got its shot to bits. Swan Reach in front. No, Devon Departure's got up and beaten it. Devon Departure got up and beat Swan Reach. Photo for third between Firing Line and Market Rate. They were followed across the...
Okay, 5-7 and a photo, 9-7 and a photo there after the running of race 8 at Elwick. Devon Departure just getting home over Swan Reach. It's a photo for third as they're moving in for the big one at Doomben. It's the Burnborough Handicap and a field of 16 to run with Juggler and Chief De Beers. 340 for Juggler, Chief De Beers at 445, Blazing Steel 870, Jean's Interest 16, the North at 18, Forgotten Hero 14, and let's look at the other runners here. Roulette, the other one in the market, around the 790 mark now. Almost set. Let's take you now to Alan Thomas.
Juggler from the outside began okay. Chief De Beers began brilliantly in the middle of the line, and he's the early leader when they link up with the course proper. Harvey Ladd's going fast to second, and Forgotten Heroes going up quickly, and there goes Juggler. He's whizzed up into fourth position on the outside as they head down the back. Now at the end of 200 metres, it's Forgotten Hero outside, Harvey Ladd. Chief De Beers third, the fence Juggler's fourth, one out. Great riding, Chris Muntz. A length away, Roulette on the inside of Laboo Lady from Divas Gold. Then Waterford Road out deep, back in the saddle between runners. Then Sahara Z, 3 deep around the north. Regal Rebels on the fence. A long way back, Brooklet Boy from Dual Scope, 3 to Blazing Steel and 2 to Jean's Interest. Going to the top corner, 900 to go. Harvey Ladd a length, Forgotten Hero. Chief De Beers railing third, Juggler fourth, Roulette is fifth. A length away, Laboo Lady from Divas Gold on the inside of Waterford Road, back in the saddle. Regal Rebels on the fence, followed by Sahara Z, the north, Brooklet Boy, Dual Scope, and then Blazing Steel and Jean's Interest. They've got 600 to run in the Burnborough. Harvey Ladd, the leader, a neck Forgotten Hero. Chief De Beers in third. Juggler ridden along a little bit in fourth. Roulette's going up on the fence. Then Laboo Lady, Divas Gold, Waterford Road, Sahara Z and Regal Rebel. Around the bend, Harvey Ladd joined by Forgotten Hero. Juggler's dropped off. Chief De Beers went to third on the outside. Roulette coming after him. Juggler can't go on. Then Laboo Lady. But Chief De Beers, he's dashed to the front at the 150. Forgotten